Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
A breaking news update. A home invasion turns deadly. A man shot and killed by sheriff's deputies in San Marcos. I'm Jason Martinez.
I'm Virginia Cha. A family woke up to find the stranger inside their home carrying a baseball bat. 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala has been tracking the investigation all morning long. So, Mimi, what have you uncovered at this point?
Virginia, Jason, just absolutely terrifying for that family inside of that home. Edgewater Drive is still taped off right now. This is in the Silvercrest gated community as investigators continue to look through the home just right down the street where this all happened. Now, I spoke to many neighbors and they all kind of said the same thing. They've lived here in the last 13 years and they haven't even seen one incident like this happen here before.
We have security here that goes around at nighttime. We start at nighttime. They roam around here like maybe every 2 hours. They have an alarm, but I think I have to start putting a camera outdoor just to make sure, for security purposes.
That's Dennis Quintas, who is one of the many neighbors who has kids and has lived here for more than a decade. He still can't believe this is happening on Edgewater Drive. The neighborhood is filled with families and young children. Everyone I spoke to say they've always felt very safe here. Some have even left their doors unlocked overnight, garages open. They're not going to be doing that anymore. Deputies say a homeowner was inside his house with his 2 teenage sons and wife when he heard a noise and went downstairs to find an intruder inside the house with a baseball bat. He called 911, and when deputies got here, that man jumped into the family's car parked in the garage and tried to take off, but a patrol car blocked him in. That's when they say he started running. Then there was some kind of confrontation between deputies and the man. He was shot twice, one with a non-lethal beanbag bullet and then the other with a handgun bullet, and he was killed. He died here at the scene. His identity has not yet been released. Neither have the identities of the deputies involved in the shooting. The investigation is set to continue all day long. We will keep you updated throughout the day. For now, reporting live in San Marcos, Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
Well, happening now, President Trump is just minutes away from taking the podium right here in Virginia, where he'll be talking about rebuilding the military. Now, this is a live picture, and he's set to deliver his speech today aboard the USS Gerald Ford aircraft carrier, which is what you are looking at right now. Now, earlier this week, the White House released a draft of the proposed budget plan that would add $54 billion to the Pentagon's projected budget. So as soon as he actually takes the podium, we'll come back and listen in. In the Live Center, I'm Kalina Estrinos. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kalina. Happening now, it's a big day for a company on Wall Street. The company behind Snapchat is launching the biggest IPO since Facebook at about $24 a share. The company is valued at $24 billion. Sounds like a lot, but it's nowhere near Facebook's $395 billion, but it's still above Twitter's $11 billion.
New developments. Highway 78 open again after some big booms. Caltrans crews blew up giant boulders that blocked the road. The boulders fell Tuesday afternoon. Crews had to use a new kind of technology called AutoStem to blow them up. They drilled holes into boulders and then the devices expand so fast they blew up.
Lake Poway is open again. It was closed yesterday over concerns water might spill over. In fact, at one point the water was less than a foot away from pouring into a nearby canyon. There's the spillway there. Crews say the threat has gone down since Tuesday night. Some of the trails in that area, though, will remain closed until crews finish repairs.
Happening today, you can demand something be done about the raw sewage smelling up the South Bay.
Poop. It smelled like poop.
I mean, that's putting it simply right there. 10 News was first to tell you about a report revealing that Mexico dumped roughly 143 million gallons of sewage into the Tijuana River. It took Imperial Beach more than 2 weeks to find out. Tonight, there will be a meeting to discuss the delay. That's at 5:30 at the Tijuana Estuary Visitors Center.
Covering California's drought, we have encouraging news for San Diego.
Yeah, we get to talk to meteorologist Megan Perry about exactly what this is.
Yeah, so earlier this morning, the latest U.S. drought monitor was released, and we had some good news with the recent rains here in San Diego. Let me show you where we started off at. So this is the beginning of the water year, October 1st. You can see most of San Diego was in that red extreme drought. I'll fast forward to last week just so you can see where we were. Moderate and severe drought. Now today, We are mostly in the two bottom categories, dry, the yellow, and then the moderate, the beige there. Let's go ahead and zoom in. You can see most of the county, in fact, in that lowest category, dry. There's also a chance for showers coming up this weekend, and there's still plenty of rainy season left, so hopefully we'll be able to get out of the drought before you know it. I'll have a look at that rain that we expect this weekend in your full forecast. Virginia?
Thank you so much, Megan. Happening today, we should learn more about the death of an immigrant at the San Ysidro border crossing. The family of Anastasio Hernandez Rojas will hold a news conference this afternoon. Hernandez was in handcuffs as he scuffled with border agents in 2010. His family sued the Border Patrol. Today, they're expected to finalize a $1 million settlement. You will hear from the family on 10 News at 5.
A breaking news update: a celebrity chef's La Jolla restaurant barely escaped the worst of a damaging fire. The flames erupted outside Herringbone about 1 a.m.
You love to see fire in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's the good kind of fire right there. But Chef Brian Malarkey, he co-owns Herringbone on Herschel Avenue, and our 10 News breaking news tracker was outside the restaurant about 1 this morning as firefighters put out the flames. The fire started in an electrical box outside and spread to a storage area near power lines. The restaurant may stay closed today. As you can see right there, the exterior brick wall, it's got some smoke and damage on it, but it did stop the fire from damaging the inside of the restaurant.
New developments on what ties members of the Trump administration may have had with Russia during the campaign. U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is now part of the scrutiny. ABC's Lana Zach has the story.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions met twice with the Russian ambassador during the 2016 campaign. That revelation has Democrats now calling for him to step down.
For the good of the country, Attorney General Sessions should resign.
There are two issues. Were the meetings improper, and did he mislead or lie to the Senate in his confirmation hearings? Here is Sessions under oath in his own words.
If there is any evidence that anyone affiliated with the Trump campaign communicated with the Russian government in the course of this campaign, what will you do?
Senator Franken, I'm not aware of any of those activities. I have been called a surrogate at a time or two in that campaign, and I did not have communications with the Russians, and I'm unable to comment on it.
And in a confirmation questionnaire, Sessions was asked, several of the president-elect's nominees or senior advisors have Russian ties. Have you been in contact with anyone connected to any part of the Russian government about the 2016 election, either before or after Election Day? He responded, no. Sessions is defending his answers and his two meetings with the Russian ambassador by saying it was appropriate as a senator on the Armed Services Committee, not as a campaign official.
The best explanation they have is sort of Clinton-esque, which is we were asked a specific question on this and he was answering a specific question.
And now even Republicans, like Representative Jason Chaffetz, the chair of the House Oversight Committee, are saying that Sessions, at a minimum, must clarify his testimony and recuse himself from any investigation into Russian interference in the election. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
And now an update to a breaking news story we brought you at 11 last night. 2 lobster fishermen are safe after being rescued in Point Loma. Lifeguards got the friends into a boat and safely to a dock. One of the men, Kent, tells us they were picking up traps when their boat's engine conked out. A wave then came and knocked them onto the rocks. His friend had a gash on his forehead there from slipping on the rocks, but Kent says they definitely needed help.
Mostly it was cold, and I was worried about the water coming up, and we were running out of room.
Kent says they're okay, but the 2 were taken to the hospital just to be checked out.
Happening today, 2 cousins will enter their pleas over street holdups in Chula Vista. The robbery started last November. 5 people, 3 boys, a girl, and a young woman were all walking alone when they were robbed. Police say during the latest robbery Tuesday, Nicholas Solario and his cousin Malaefono Sulu punched a boy in the face. That boy gave police a license number, which police say led to the arrests.